Hello guys, my name is Engineer Ali. We want to look at some dynamics question in mathematics we have what we call differential equation and dynamics. So the part we want to look at is the questions on dynamics. That to do with what? Application of mathematics to motion of bodies. Now let's see the first question. This one says what? A particle of mass 5 kg which was initially at rest. So that means the V naught equal to 0, the T equal to 0, and S equal to 0. V naught is initial velocity, T is the initial time, and S initial what? Displacement. It is acted upon by a force F. What is the F? F is equal to 7T plus T squared Newton at time T seconds. Find the distance by the particle after 3 seconds. What we're going to do now, you know that this one is equals to what? M dv over the t. M dv over the t. Since it's given in form of force is given in terms of t. So what we're going to do now is that since we know that it is mass times acceleration that is equal to force, we can now say F equal to what? M dv dt, where we're going to have implies that what? F dt equal to what? M dv. So we integrate. Now what we want to do now is to what? First of all, we'll put our value there for F. 70 plus t squared dt is equals to what? The t. Now we get the t cross multiply. Where you cross multiply this, I want to have that. So this one will be what? Mass is what? 5 times what? dv. So what I want to do now is let us differentiate. I want to have integrate that. I have 7 t squared over 2. Remember integration, you have a x is by n. To integrate this is what? A n is by n plus 1 over n plus 1. That's what we have done. Add 1 to the power, bring power down, add 1 to it, plus t cube over 3 plus c equal to what? If you integrate 5 in respect to v, you have 5v. Now, when t equal to 0, what will be your v? Let's say this v now is 0 because it starts from rest. So we are going to have 0, then everything here will be what? You put t equal to 0, v equal to 0, and t equal to 0. So you notice that c will be equal to 0. Therefore, 5v equal to what? 7t squared over 2 plus what? Plus t cube over 3. Then what do you do? Let's make v separate from formula. So v will now implies that v will give us what? Divide or multiply all through by 1 over 5. Both sides. Multiply it by 1 over 5. Multiply it by 1 over 5. Multiply it by 1 over 5. I want to have v equal to what? 7t squared over 10 plus what? T cube over 15. That's what I want to have. Now, I haven't gotten that. That is your velocity. How do we get our distance? Distance will now be what? ds over the t equal to v. And v equal to what? 7t squared over 10 plus what? T cube over what? 15. Now, if you cross multiply with this t, let's say this ds by the t is velocity. If you now cross multiply, I want that ds equal to 7t squared over 10 plus what? T cube over 15 or dt. So if you integrate this one with respect to s, which is distance, you now would have s equal to 7t cube over 10 times 3 plus what? T 4 over 15 times 4. That is to say plus C. So when S equal to 0, T equal to 0 at the initial position. So and C be equal to 0. If you put S equal to 0 here, put T equal to 0 here, and T equal to 0, everything becomes 0, 0, 0, 0, and C becomes 0. So final answer S will now be what? 70 cube over 30 plus T 4 over 60. That's what I want to have. Then what I want to do now is to substitute when T equal to what? 3 seconds. So what will be our S? So 7 to get 3 or cube over 30 plus what? 3 all is power 4 over 60. So our final answer will not be what? 99 over 20. Let's confirm it. 99 over 20. So let's see. We have 7 into bracket what? 3 raised to the power of what? Of 3, all divided by what? 30 plus 81. 3 raised by 4 is 81. Divided by 60. Okay. I'm going to have a divided by 30, which is same thing as what? Okay. I think 7.65. Okay. I think that is 7.65. This everything here we want to have 7.65 seconds. Don't forget the unit. If they go and put another unit here, that means you have to go for none of the above. So that will be your answer. 7.6 what? You can do it by yourself, or you can do it. This is what? 27. 7 times 27 times 27, then divide by what? 30. Now what? Plus 81, because 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27 times 3 is 81 divided by what? 60. So 153 over 20. That's what I want to have. 153 over 20. So is, and 153 over 20 is equivalent to what? 7.65. So that one is clear. So option A is your answer. Let's go to B. Now don't forget, for this question, in case they ask you for velocity at 3 seconds, what you just need to do to get velocity at 3 seconds is to what? Put your what? 3 seconds here, and 3 square plus 3 cube over 10 over 15. You get your answer there, in case they ask you for velocity. Now this one says the particle of mass 10 kilogram moves along a curve whose parametric equation is what? Don't forget, position vector is S of Ti, Y of Tj, plus Z of Tk. That is position vector of a particular particle. So this one now be what? S of T. What is parametric equation? S of T equal to E raised to power minus T, Y of T 2 cos 5T, and Z of T is what? 2 sin 5T. All in meters, where T is the time in seconds. Find the position vector of the particle at T equal to 0. So this is a formula for what? The position vector is arrow of T. So arrow of T now becomes S of T is what? E raised to power minus T I plus what? Y of T is what? 2 cos 5T J plus what? Z of T is what? 2 sin 5T K. So at t equal to 0, the position is a position vector. The position vector. What I'm saying now, this is the position vector. And the position vector is what? Is just giving us s of t I plus y of t j plus z of t k. So in that case, what you are going to do is just simply what? Write the formula and put s of t. So this, as you get your position vector, then very direct question, just plug in your s of t, your y of t, and your z of t. Then after doing that, just then put, anytime you see t, put 0, here, then put what? 0 for the t here. Don't forget that sine 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1. So if you put it for what? Cos 0, your 5 times 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Then times 2 is 2. Then anything is by 0, because this one will now give us what? If you plug in 0 here, everything will give us 0. Anything is by 0 is equal to 1. So I want to have as 1, which is 1i plus 2j plus 0j. So this one will be your answer to that question. So always very easy question. So it's only when they now ask you for velocity. This your velocity, then acceleration equal to what? The square r over the t square. That is your acceleration. So in that case, that means acceleration means second derivation of what? Or derivative of position vector. They don't forget that if you also integrate what? Velocity. If you integrate velocity, what I want to have is what? With respect to v. If you integrate velocity, what I mean is this. Now, remember that I told you that the v equal to what? The r over the t. So therefore, v dt, if you integrate it, what I want to have is what? Equal to the r, which is, so r is equal to what? The vt, and so forth and so on. So just know, what you just need to do now is that if you are given position vector, differentiate once, we get velocity. Differentiate twice, we have acceleration. Number 3, he said, well, which of the following is true about force F in Newton? F is the rate of change of momentum. Yes. Force is the same as change in momentum. No. This one is no. Force is obtained by the product of mass and acceleration. Yes. So this one is correct. This one is correct. Okay. Force is work done divided by displacement. Yes. Because we know that work is equal to what? Force dot distance. So that means force or dot displacement, which now be what? Force equal to work over displacement. Force also is same as what? M dot what? A. Mass and acceleration. Then what again? Don't forget, force is a vector, because this is scalar and vector. Scalar multiplied by vector will give us what? A vector. So and so forth and so on. Then F equal to what? M. This one, velocity is what? V minus u over t. So in that case, I would have what? Mv minus mu over t. So what is mv minus mu over t is change in momentum. Then when you divide it by time, it becomes rate of change in momentum. So this one is correct. So I will go with 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. C. 1, 3, and 4. So force is work done divided by displacement. Number what? 4. Work done by a particle in joules is obtained by dash. Product of force and distance covered by the what? The particle. Yes, this one is correct. And the work equal to what? Force dot distance. Or we can write it as F dot R or even R dot F. Number two, the rate of momentum, no. Impulse, no. Product of mass and acceleration, that is force. The answer is what? A. Now this one says a particle moves in a straight line such that for a short time its velocity is defined as what? 3t squared plus 4t, where t is in seconds. Determine the distance of the particle when time equal to 5 seconds. Determine the distance. For us to get distance, don't forget velocity equal to what? The s over the t equal to d 3 squared plus 4t. That is what velocity is. Then this is a displacement or distance or displacement. So this displacement altogether, but you can convert to distance by what? The s equal to what? 3t squared plus 4t dt. So we integrate. So if you integrate s, now the displacement now you have with respect to s, we have distance equals to what? Integration of 3t cube over 3 plus what? 4t square over 2. So what does that mean? It means that add 1 to this power, then bring it down. So add 1 to this power of 1, add 1 to it, then bring it down. This one will cancel this one. Plus what? 2t square is your displacement plus c. Now, but don't forget that what? Since they say what? When what? Look at it. For defining the distance or distances of the particle, when t equal to 5 seconds, with initial time of this. So initial time is x when t equal to 0, when s equal to 0. That is it. So what I want to do now is put the value there when s is 0, t is 0, f is 0, then c will be equal to what? 0. Therefore, s equal to what? T cube plus what? 2t square. Now what I want to do now is we are looking for this s of t now. S of t. Now what I want to do now, s of t is equals to what? T cube plus what? 2t square. How do you find what? S of 5. That will give us 5 cube plus 2 into bracket 5 square. So what will give us? What will give us 125 plus 50, and that will give us 175 meter. So option A. The next one says what? A particle moves in a straight line from a position s equal to what? 5t cube plus 3t square in meters of time t. Determine the acceleration of the particle at t equal to what? To determine acceleration means you first of all differentiate first. If you differentiate, what you are getting is velocity, the first derivation. So what we're going to do now, we have 3 times 5 is 15. Remove 1 from here, we have what? Square plus 2 times 3 is 6t. Now that is what? Velocity. Then the square s over the t square give us what? An acceleration. So and that will give us what? Differentiate, I would have 30t plus what? 6. So at t equal to what? So acceleration of in form of t is equal to 30t plus 6. So what I want to find now is a of when t equal to 3 seconds. So what would that give us? That means 3 divided by 30 into 3 plus 6. So 30 times 3 is what? 90 plus 6. What do you have? I would have 96 meter per second square. That is the acceleration. And that should be option what? B. So you have to be very careful in your differentiation so that you don't make error. This the differentiation of what? The first derivative of this distance is equal to what? Opposition vector is what? Velocity. Second derivation is what? Acceleration. Then they give us at t equal to 3 seconds. Is 3 seconds. This. Number 7 says that they can move in 3-dimensional now space, 3-dimensional space for a short time. Its velocity is given by v equals to what? 3t squared plus 5t I plus 2t plus 3t cube j plus t plus 5t square k. What they say we should find? Say the position vector in 2 seconds is dash. Now the position vector, now don't forget that you have to say the r over the t is equals to what? This is equal to velocity. Then if you equal to velocity now, what we want to do now will be, it implies that what? The r equal to what? V dt if you cross multiply. So what we want to have now if you cross multiply is what? The r equal to v dt integral. So our dr equal to what? Integral what? 3t squared plus 5t I plus 2t plus 3t cube j plus what? T plus what? 5t squared k. All the t. And for v now, we replace it with all this. Now, if you integrate with respect to the r, will give us r as a function of t is equal to, if you integrate from, we have 3t cube over 3 plus 5t squared over 2. That is I plus what? 2t squared over 2 plus 3t 4 over 4. That is j. If you integrate some other, what we have t squared over 2 plus 5t cube over 3. That is k. Now plus c. Now what I want to do now is when t is equal to 0, r will be equal to 0. That is initial position. First, yeah, that's what we are going to have. Initial position. So what we'll do that now, we will notice that if you put t equal to 0 and r equal to 0, our final c will be equal to what? 0. So that means that our r of t is equal to t cubed plus 5 over 2t squared r plus what? T squared plus 3 over 4t4 j plus what? T squared over 2 plus 5 over 3 t cube k. Now that is our decision at 2 seconds. That means when t equal to what? 2 seconds. What will be our, what is what? Our r position vector. The position. What will be the position? So I'm going to have what? T cube times 2k plus 5 over 2 all 2 square I plus what? 2 square plus 3 over 4 2 4 plus what? 2 square over 2 plus 5 over 2 3 all 2 cube k. So what I'm going to do now is to find them one after the other. This one is 4 for this square. 4, this is 10. 10 plus what? 8 is what? 18i plus, don't forget this 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 5 is 10 plus 8. Then this one is what? 16 divided by 4 is what? 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus what? 4 is 16 j plus, then this one give us what? 2. Then let's find what? 5 divided by 3 then times 8 plus 2. That will give us 46 over 3k. So this is our R at 2. So our final answer can be interpreted as what? 18, 16, and 46 over 3. So we can still write it as 18, 16, 46 over 3. Then have to transpose. That means you have converted it from column form to row form. You have transposed it. Number 8, which is we have 2 more to go. After this, we have 2 more to go. A particle moves along three-dimensional plane whose parametric equations are S is equal to what? 3t square, y equal to 80, and z equal to 2t cube in meters, where t is the time in seconds. Determine the magnitude of the acceleration at t equal to what? Now, let's first of all write their position vector as a function of t. S of ti, y of tj, plus z of tk. So in that, what we want to do now is 3t square I plus 8j plus what? 2t cube what? K is equal to R of t. Now, having done that now, what we want to do now is what? To look for the what? The velocity. It now be what? The R of t over the t give us what? Differentiate this one that we have 6ti. If you differentiate 8t, you have 8j. If you differentiate this, we are going to have 6t square k. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 1 from 3, you have what? 2. We go the second time, second derivative, the t square. We are going to have it as what? 6i plus 0j plus 12tk. Now, when we have done that, this is acceleration in form of t. Please take note of that. In form of t. I mean acceleration as a function of t. Then what do we need to find? Say find the acceleration after 2 seconds or at 2 seconds. So 6i plus 0j plus 12 times 2k will finally give us 6i plus 0j plus 24k. Now that is not what they say we should look for. They say determine the what? The magnitude of acceleration. So this is the vector form of the acceleration. The magnitude will be absolute of a. Now the square root of what? Ax square. Acceleration along the y square. The acceleration along the z square. Therefore, the acceleration along the s is 6 here, meter per second square. Along the y is 0 meter per second square. And along the z is what? 24 meter per second square. So what we are going to do is to simply what? Using our parameter 6 square plus what? 0 square plus what? 24 square. So if you do 24 square, you should be having what? 576, then plus 0 plus 30. If you do 6 square, you should be having 36. So if you do that very well, now you now add all of them together, you are going to have what? Square root of what? 616. That's what you're going to be having. This will be our answer. But remember, let me do something here. If you are asked to find the velocity, the magnitude of the velocity, the magnitude of velocity is equal to what? Speed. The magnitude of velocity is equal to speed. So now the magnitude of the velocity first will now be what? At 2, let's say at this same 2 seconds, will now be what to what? 6i plus 0j plus no plus no. We are going to use this one. This is velocity, not acceleration. So this one is wrong. This is wrong. So velocity at 2 will now give us what? 6 into 2 plus 8, that means I, plus 8j plus 6 into 2 square k, which will give us, this one give us 12I plus 8j plus, this is 24k. So if you do the square root of this now, square root of this, 12 square plus 8 square plus 24 square, we are going to have a square root of what? 784. You can try it. Take what? 12 square is 144. 8 square is what? 64. Then 576 is what? 24. We add all of them together. I want to have it as what? Don't forget, this is 2. You put 2 there. You understand me? So if you put 2 there, you want to have what? 784. And square root of 784 is 20 what? 28 meter per second. But that is not what the 28 meter, but that's not what they asked us, which is same as if you have the option D. But because they are asking of what? Magnitude of acceleration, not magnitude of velocity. If it's magnitude of velocity they ask us, this will have G, option D will have been the correct answer from what I've solved here. You put your T in place of this second equation or this first equation. This is the second equation. First equation is acceleration. Okay, let me say the star is the position vector. V is what? Velocity. Why second equation is what? Acceleration. Now let's do this one now. They said a particle of mass 30 kilogram is pulled horizontally through a coordinate. Okay, coordinate almost same thing with what we just solved now. All you just do is what? You put our what? Let me know which time here. S of t is what? 3t squared. Y of t is what? This I. Y of t is what? Y of t is 2t cubed plus 5t squared. J. Then I don't think we have other one. And let's say what? In meters. They are all in meters. Find the position vector at t equal to what? 2 seconds. So what I want to do to find the position, this is already a what? Position vector formula or equation. So it puts what at t equal to what? 2 seconds. So anywhere you see t, put 2 there. That's what it means. 5 to 2 square or j. What will give us this one will be 4. 4 times 3 is 12i plus this one is 8. 8 plus 8 times 2 is 16. This is 4 times 5, 20. So it will be giving me what? 12i plus 36j. What is 36? We can write it this way: 12 36, or we can even write it like what? Transpose 12 comma 36 transpose. So that would be option B. But this one now, they seem to find the work done if the force is in the direction of the motion at t equal to what? That means to calculate the force, we have gotten our R. This is R already. The force is equal to what? Mass times what? Acceleration. So let us get our acceleration. Acceleration is equal to dv over the t, which is now the what? Differentiate or the square. You can also give us what? The square r over the t square. So let us first of all get the r over the t first, which is velocity. What will give us? That means differentiate the r first. This is r. And have 6t. If you differentiate 3t squared, give us 16 plus differentiate on have what? 6t squared plus 10t. This one will be what? J is I. If 3t squared differentiate, you have 60. Differentiate, I would have 60 squared plus 10t. So we go for the second time, differentiate velocity to get acceleration. That will give us 6i plus 12t plus 10j. So what I want to do now is put in our t equal to what? 2 seconds. What will be? And 6I plus what? Equal to 2 into bracket what? 2 plus 10. So this one give us 6I plus what? This 24 give us 34J. Is acceleration. So to get force, now force equal to the product of mass and acceleration. So that with mass is what? What is mass? 30. What is acceleration? Acceleration is what? Is 6. Then what we have what? I plus what? 34G. So in that case, I want to have it as what? 180 I plus 30 times 34. 1020 J. So the force is like 180 what? 1020. Or we can write it as what? 180, 1020 transpose Newton. So why this one is what? Meter. This is position vector. Why this one is what? The force. Force. But you know, we have not done with our answer. What we want to do now to get work will now be equal to what? F dot. We are not done with our answer. F dot distance or F dot R. So what's our F? 180I plus 1020G dot. What is our position vector? That is 12I, because what they ask us is what work done for the second question. 12I plus 36J. So if you do that, what I want to have is that this multiplied by this will give us what? 180 multiplied by what? 12 should be giving us what? 2160 plus then 10, because this can only multiply this one because dot product I multiply I, while J multiply J. So I want to have it as 1020 multiplied by 36. So I would have 36720. So what I would have now, add it together. So I would have our answer as 38880 joules. That would be our answer. So this answer C. So we are done with this section.